is bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. The flowers red, pink and yellow, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. The lion that roars and the mouse that squeaks, the cow that moves in the field, the bunny hops and the dog's days quack, the Lord God made them all. Each little calf that is born, each little dog that barks, He made the horse so big and strong, He made the little lamb. Story time with Nana.
Nana, where are you?
I'm here in the room, Herbie.
Oh, there are you. What are you doing?
Herbie, I'm busy packing my bags.
Why are you packing bags?
Because I'm going to visit my children with the aeroplane.
Ooh, that's going to be nice. What are you packing?
You know where I'm going, it's going to be winter and it might be cold, so I've got to pack in my jacket and my jersey and nice warm pajamas and boots and a scarf and gloves and then maybe 1 or 2 short sleeve shirts for if it's perhaps warm.
You must show me how you pack.
I will show you how I pack. But you know what is more important is all the arrangements we must make to be able to fly on an aeroplane. Would you like me to explain to you all about that?
Okay.
All right, come and sit here with me on the bed and I'll tell you.
Nana, now what do we have to do when we want to fly?
Herbie, you have first to decide when you want to fly and where you want to fly to. And if you know that, then you phone the airline office and you ask them if they have an available space on the aeroplane for that day. And if they have, they will then issue you with a ticket like this one that we had recently that we used. And on the ticket, it will give you the date that you fly. It will give you the seat number. It will give you the time that the flight departs. And you know, if you pack your bags, you must also be sure that your bag is not too heavy because you're only allowed a certain amount of weight on the aeroplane. When you get to the airport, they will book your bag in and all the suitcases go to a certain place for that flight. And when everybody is ready, then they put the suitcases on a little trolley or a few trolleys and they take them to the aeroplane and they pack them in. But now when it's time for you to fly, then you need to go through security where they check you to make sure that you don't have anything dangerous on you. And they will show you where the gate is where you must go in. And then when it's time to leave, then everybody will go through the gate and you will get onto the aeroplane. And the air hostess will show you where your seat is. And she will also show you all the things that you need to do when you are on the aeroplane. But you know, the pilot, which is the man that drives the aeroplane, he has to make sure that all the instruments, all the electronic instruments in the front of the aeroplane are working so that he can fly to the right place, fly at the right speed and make sure that everything is fine. And then there is also the engineers, and before the time they must make sure that the aeroplane has got enough fuel, and they must also make sure that the engine is working and the wheels are working and the wings are working and everything is right.
That sounds very complicated.
It is very complicated, but you know what? I want to go and show you something outside. I want to go and show you the weavers. Do you want to come with?
Okay, the little birds.
Yes, let's go and
Okay.
have a look at the little weavers. Herbie, on our property we have a big bush of reeds. And in these reeds we have weavers building their nests. They build their nests in early springtime, and they're so happy that they can be able to build their nest. Can you just see them? Here's a yellow male weaver, and he is so happy. When they want to build a nest, they use their sharp beaks to rip the leaves of the reeds into little strips. If you look carefully, you will see that this little finch is using his sharp beak. Just look how he is ripping off the leaves. And when he's ripped those leaves off, then he finds himself one or two strong reeds, and he uses those pieces that he ripped off and he builds around the reeds. He weaves the reeds together so that he's got a good base for his nest. Just look at this beautiful nest that the finches build. They build their nests upside down so that other foreign birds and other insects and animals cannot come into the nest. The first thing that he will do after he has weaved the reeds together is to build a little circle, and that is the basis for his nest. Then he will make sure that it's all weaved nicely together. He uses his beak and his paws, and just look how beautifully he weaves the nest together onto the reeds, and it's very strong, and it's also waterproof, so when it rains the water does not come into the little nest. So when the daddy builds the nest, he will build up to 10 or 15 nests, and then he will say, I've built a beautiful nest, I've built a beautiful nest, I'm looking for a female to come and lay her eggs here. Now the males or the daddy finches are bright yellow, and the females are usually a yellowy color. So then the female will come and she will have a look at the nest, and she will say, I don't think I like this one. And then she'll fly to the other one and she will say, oh, this is quite a nice little nest. I think I can lay my eggs in this one. And then she will accept the nest, and if the nest is not altogether finished, she will even help him to finish the nest. And then she can be ready to lay her eggs. The other nests he will then rip apart if she doesn't like them, because the females or the mommy birds don't like to lay their eggs in old nests. They want a fresh nest. So here we see what it looks like when it's all ripped apart. Then they don't use it anymore, and then he doesn't use this old material to build his new nest. He picks fresh leaves and makes a new nest, and then when it's ready, the mommy will put some soft feathers in the nest so that it is nice and soft, and then she will lay her egg in there. Now the egg is usually a turquoisey color with little speckles on, and the mommy can lay up to 2 eggs, and then after a few days, about 10 days, the little chicken hatches out, and he looks quite strange because he's all red and his eyes are not developed properly yet. But at a very young age they will start eating, and they will make a big noise, and they will squeak, squeak, squeak. If you just touch on the nest, they think it's their mommy that's coming, and she brings them food to eat, and then within 3 weeks they are big enough to fly out of the nest and to go and look for their own food, and then to build their own nests. So God made the finches very, very beautiful and very clever. They don't need computers and all sorts of instruments like in the aeroplane when they want to fly. No, God put it all in their brain. They know exactly where to fly. They know how fast, how far. They know how to build the nest. They know how to look after their babies. And that is the wonderful thing about God's creation. He made everything just right.
Nana, thank you. That was very interesting. Birds have it much, much easier than we to fly.
Yes, Herbie, they have it very. God made them wonderful. He made their little brains to know everything that it takes a pilot years to study about flying. But you know what is the most important is that one of these days Jesus is going to come from heaven to come and fetch all his children that love him. And we are going to go up into the sky and we will be almost like birds flying up to heaven with Jesus, where we will be with him and on the new earth, and we will always be happy and safe. And I hope that you and all of us and all the friends that are watching will be ready when Jesus comes to fetch us.
Well, thank you for that story, Nana. And yeah, that is certainly something to be looking forward to. I need to go home now, so bye for now. Bye, children. Bye, Nana.
Bye, Herbie, and bye, all our friends. See you next time.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. The flowers red, pink and yellow, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. The lion that roars and the mouse that squeaks, the cow that moves in the field, the bunny hops and the dog says quack, the Lord God made them all. Each little calf that is born, each little dog that barks, He made the horse so big and strong, He made the little